Good evening. This is David Lynn, and you're with me for another episode of Coffee Talk, number 502, live stream. It is Sunday, September the 14th, 2025, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's a mouthful. We're going to have a couple of good topics this evening when we get started on topics. In the meantime, got a mail call that I need to unbox. We'll call it an unboxing. Myra likes to talk about unenveloping. Envelope. Unenveloping. Uncle Owl died Bullfrog 79. How are you doing this evening, sir? And yes, you are number one in my book. Dave is a close number 2. Pre-retirement days. Hello, Betty. I had a request today. Somebody had sent me they'd left a recent comment, asking for help for a single mother and child. And I said, please send me your email address and your circumstances. And I'm waiting to hear back. They liked my comment though, so I assume I will hear back. Holly Ivans, how are you doing, Holly? I do try to give back to people. I have been blessed. And it is our obligation to help those less fortunate than we are. And by helping them, we're basically helping the Lord. And we will be acknowledged for it on Judgment Day. I am glad you're hanging in there. So, because I have been paying so much it's got to the point, the last box I sent out was like $30 in shipping that I sent to Stephanie up in Idaho. And she lives near Boise, close to Boise. And it was like $30. And the 2 prior ones were like $20, $21. I sent one to Uncle Al, and I sent one to Dave back in Georgia. Uncle Al's in Southern California. And I tell you what, postage is man. So I have decided that I'm going to start. It's a robot. Well, it may be, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, God bless your husband. KP Heathen. That was a good live stream, KP. I had a couple of your followers reach out to me and I think subscribe me. Very nice. Really enjoyed it, and thank you for the blue wrench. I will tell you, I was disappointed at the numbers that were leaving likes. You had 20 people at one point, I think, in your live stream, and you had like 5 likes. So I left comments a couple of times. Uncle Al will do that for me, saying, please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. It will help the host. But you need to train your, when you do a live stream, you need to say that several times, or somebody needs to say that for you, that please leave a like to support the channel. And one of the things I do when I go into somebody's video or short or post or live stream, first thing I do is I hit the like button. For watching, 6 likes, thank you. There is food banks to go to. There are, yes, there are food banks to go to. I've been utilizing the food bank near me. Really good food we received. That's a blessing, Holly. Truthfully. So one of the things I'm going to be doing I'm going to try it out. I'm going to order items directly from Amazon and have them delivered, because I got free delivery at part of Prime, and have them delivered to individuals. So I will let you know when something's coming. Those of you who are going to try it out, I won't let you know. I'll do the traditional 500th live stream. I've already got the items. As a matter of fact, this just came in today. I have the exact same item. I'll pull it out and show you. Mine has been used. I don't like to send used stuff to people. This is going to be in the 500, one of the items in the 500th live stream. Comes with soft carry. So you've got and this one is 20, I think it's like around 20. How much are we talking about? Oh Lord, it's not showing. Oh, well, here. All right. This is in milliliters, and on the other side, I think will be ounces. No, they don't have ounces. Well, bloody hell. All right. Well, I know metric, so it will hold 900 milliliters. Almost a liter. Almost. And it has a cup. And both of these have got handles. They're stainless steel. It's a nice cup. I have the exact same item, and I have used it several times. This goes in here. Got a top. So it would be very good with the camp stove. And I'm going to be including 2 camp stoves that I usually put in my boxes. There'll be one that uses tabs, and there'll be one that uses sterno, or canned heat, or whatever you want to say. 2 different ones. One of the items, just got it in today. So that's my unboxing. Let's see, 6 in the house, 5 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. Very, very slow Sunday evening. I'm sure everybody's doing stuff. They got stuff going on. And Verna, how you doing, Verna? Vase Place. Yep. So we are 10 minutes into the live stream, and one of the items I'll be putting in boxes and stuff that I send people when I send them stuff from my home is a copy of the Constitution of the United States, and it has the Bill of Rights, has the Declaration of Independence. It's very nice, very nice. So I'm going to get into the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. Dangerous freedoms. How's it going? Dangerous freedoms. Roast chicken and potato wedges. Sounds good. How are you doing, Wayne? Wayne of the Ungrateful Peasant venue. So let me go through. Good to have you on. Let me go through and read this. I'm going to read the preamble to the Bill of Rights. Congress of the United States. Begun and held at the city of New York on Wednesday, the 4th of March, 1789. The convention of a number of the states, having at the time of their adopting the Constitution expressed a desire, in order to prevent misconstruction or abuse of its powers, that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added, and as extending the ground of public confidence in the government will best ensure the beneficent ends of its institution. Resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America, in Congress assembled, 2/3 of both houses concurring, that the following articles be proposed to the legislatures of the several states as amendments to the Constitution of the United States, all or any of which articles, when ratified by 3/4 of the said legislatures, to be valid to all intents and purposes as part of said Constitution. Articles in addition to and amendments of the Constitution of the United States of America proposed by the Congress and ratified by the legislatures of the several states pursuant to the 5th article of the original Constitution. Frederick Augustus Muhlenberg, Speaker of the House of Representatives; John Adams, Vice President of the United States and President of the Senate. Attest: John Beckley, Clerk of the House of Representatives; Sam A. Otis, Secretary of the Senate. Hello, Little Long Prepper. Good to have you here, Barbara. So I'm going to go through, and that's the preamble to the Bill of Rights. Now I'm gonna fairly fast, because there's a couple other topics. I'm going to go through the first 10 amendments, which are the Bill of Rights. When the Constitution was drafted and signed and approved, you had 10 amendments initially. Joseph Moore, how you doing, Joseph? Good to have you. Amendment 1. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. It's the Establishment Clause. Or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So, what they were intending to do was not to have a state denomination. It's a Christian nation, established as a Christian nation, but they did not want to establish the Church of England. The what's called the Anglican Church. They did not want to establish the Church of England. In the United States, it's referred to as the Episcopal Church. So people had the right to whatever denomination they wanted to be. Amendment 2. This is one that everybody's arguing. A well-regulated militia, citizen soldiers, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That means individual people have the right to keep and bear arms. It's in the Constitution. Melinda Elliott, how you doing, Melinda? Everybody, please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Third Amendment. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house. That was a big deal back then. Without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Now, the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights, were ratified effective December the 15th, 1791. Took a couple of years. Enrique Trevino, my friend, how are you doing, Enrique? Amendment number 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So if they're going to go and search, they've got to have probable cause, and then they've got to get a warrant issued by a judge. They got to go to a judge, and they've got to testify, and they have a reason to believe or reasonableness to do it. It's got to be approved by a court. That's the Fourth Amendment. Hello, Dave. Yoda's Blessed Life. We're reviewing senior government. You studied this in high school your senior year. And you get a little bit of it in U.S. history. Fifth Amendment. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in times of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. Double jeopardy. If you've been tried and found innocent, they can't charge you for the same thing. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. CR, Creative Redundancy, how you doing? Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. The Sixth Amendment. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. You got a right to a lawyer or a public defender if you can't afford one, and you have the right to face your accused. You have the right to present witnesses, and you have a right to confront the witnesses against you. Amendment number 7. Mom of 4 boys. Hello, Rachel. Number 7. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the rights of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. $20 was a lot of money back then. Back at that time, that was a lot of money. Amendment number 8. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. Like that judge up in New York when they were going after President Trump after he left office, you know, that like putting forth a judgment of like $500 and some odd billion. That's considered extremely excessive, and it got thrown out after a period of time. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I went and bought two sliced beef sandwiches this afternoon for my wife and myself. Sliced beef barbecue sandwiches. $25 for the two sandwiches. Just the two sandwiches. So $20 won't even feed two people. Um, the Eighth Amendment. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. Ninth Amendment. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. In the 10th Amendment, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states, respectively, or to the people. That's the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments. So basically, the 10th one says any law or anything that is not covered by the federal government falls back to the states. So, that was the first topic. Let's go to the second topic. It's National Preparedness Month. Do you have a plan? I oftentimes, when I do a post, I'll say, "Are you prepared? Do you have a plan?" Make sure everyone has a 72 hours kit, like the 3 days. The idea of 3 days. Don't be a cousin Dumas. Uncle Al has several cousin Dumases he keeps referencing. I guess it's a little bit of a burden for him. And show up at Uncle Al's house. You might get a load of rock salt. Now, this is from Uncle Al. Mike Crusher Reviews. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? Hmm. 13 in the house. You're wonderful. Well, that's good. That's good. So, have a federal ID. Uncle Al's real big on passports. He wants everybody to have a passport. 72 hours of water. Well, the idea of having a kit, a 72-hour kit, you need to have food and water. Water and food. The idea being about a gallon a day per person. So each person needs to have a 3-gallon bottle. 3 gallons. Or 3 individual gallons. If you've got a family of 4, that's 12 gallons of water. Plus requisite food. They can take your property under eminent domain. They have to pay you for it, a reasonable compensation. Yeah, fair price. Their appraisal. Well, it is what it is, Barbara. It is what it is. That happens. You need to have shelter, some means of self-defense, Then Uncle Al says, please note in Uncle Al's case, it's a means of offense. I personally, I like revolvers. I, like a 6-shot revolver, 357 with the 4-inch barrel or 3-inch barrel, 6-shot. Depending on what you get a heavy gun. You can get a 7-shot or an 8-shot, but a 6-shot. Some of them get the little light guns, and they're like a 5-shot. I tell everybody, I said, if you can't take care of the problem with 5 or 6 rounds, then you're in the world will hurt. If you can't take care of 1 or 2 people with 6 shots, then God bless you. But I do have a couple of speed loaders for my Lady Smith. Got a 3-inch barrel, satin stainless, cherry wood grips. Was my mother's. I used to take her periodically to the firing range, and she'd practice shooting, and I'd practice shooting, and I went a lot more than she did, but I would take her occasionally. It was my mother's gun, so I have it, and that's my preferred. It's my baby. May my mother rest in peace. You're really not going to be wanting to travel with a large quantity of water unless you got it in your car. If there's 4 of you, you're in a car or you're in an SUV or whatever, there are 4 of you, 3 days water would be 12 gallons. That starts getting a little bulky. Like having a couple of 2 or 3 of those 5-gallon jug. You're not going to want to carry that around. They've got military style canteens. Oftentimes they'd carry 2 canteens, or they'd have a sling, and they'd be carrying like half a gallon. That's or a gallon. It's a lot. That's a lot of weight. It's like 1 gallon is 8 pounds. It's a lot of weight, especially if you're an older person. So the third topic. 5 top choices of emergency food. 5 top choices of emergency food. Well, these are Uncle Al's, and I agree with a couple of them. Long grain whole rice, 250 pounds. Long grain whole rice, 250 pounds. I do not want to get back there and to move stuff around to show you. But like I've got 5 5-gallon food grade buckets that have Mylar bags. You put the item in it, then you throw in a couple of oxygen absorbers, you throw in a couple of moisture absorbers, you seal it, you put your food grade top on it, you use a Sharpie and you write down what's in it and when you prepped it. And you can do it that way, or you can buy it freeze-dried, already buy. You get them in a bucket. And I've got both. So he says 250 pounds. That is a lot of white rice. 250 pounds worth. Mr. Whistle, how you doing, Mr. Whistle? Thank you for coming. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, dehydrators, I used to use it back in the days. Back in the 90s. Dehydrating was very popular back then. Pre Y2K. And you could buy dehydrators and you'd slice up um, fruit, and you'd slice up um, thinly sliced vegetables, and you'd use a dehydrator and you'd make banana chips and such. Food forest permaculture. Hello, Howie. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Please leave a like to support the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. So, number one, and I agree with Uncle Al, is long grain white rice. Number two would be lentils, peas, beans. I'm real big on beans. I've got a lot of beans stored. Rice and beans. Dave Ramsey's real big on beans and rice and beans. Good protein. Beans are protein. Uncle Al says 125 pounds. A combination. Beans are a combination with rice and potatoes. Holly sent me a image from Amazon. Sliced potatoes, freeze-dried potatoes. They had them on sale for like about $6.50 a number 10 can. I went on and ordered 4 cans of them. And I already have some, but I mean, I ordered 4 more cans. So a really good price, $6.50. It's Agassiz Farms. So if you have Amazon, while they're that price, because they got them marked way down, I would go in and buy a few cans. It's freeze dried, it'll last forever, or as long as you need it to. And potatoes. It is a deal. I bought 4. They'll be delivered on the 17th, which I think will be Wednesday probably. Third item, emergency food. All types of pasta. 100 pounds worth. All types of pasta. I'm a pasta lover. Good stuff, good stuff. Pasta is good stuff. Number 4, canned meats. Now, I will tell you this, when you're getting canned meats, you got a shelf life. That, you start to talk about buying stuff in bulk. I mean, that stuff does have a shelf life to it. Now, if you store it properly, it's not in the heat, it's climate controlled, it's out of direct sunlight, it'll last longer. But it's not going to last 30 years. It's not going to last 20 years. It may last 10 years. maybe. May last 5 years. And 5 years is a good shelf life. But if you start talking about buying the kind of bulk that we're talking about buying, not only is it not cheap, but it's expensive. Uncle Al says basically canned meats, all types, 104 cans. He's talking about the 52 can system where you got 1 can a week. So the idea is a 2-year supply worth, getting 1 can a week. Now, if this is stuff that you're using regularly, yeah, buy it. If you're going to use it up, I mean, you're using 1 can a week, you can put it in a rotation, and yeah, you'll certainly use it before the expiration date or the best by date goes away. But if you're basically wanting to buy it just to store it, I think that one's going to be a problem. I don't have a problem with if it's freeze dried with a 20, 30-year shelf life. No, I don't have a problem with that. Buy as much as you want. Buy a couple years worth. But I'm sure pasta from Italy would be the best, Howie. Might not be the cheapest, but I'm sure it'd be the best. And then the fifth one, Uncle Al said, was peanut butter or honey, 25 jars. I got tons of peanut butter and I got a lot of honey. I don't think I got 25 jars worth, but I've got a bunch of it. I've got 7 or 8 jars of each. So that is 5. Those are 5. Now, something else I would tell you I'm real big on oatmeal. You can eat it any time. It's easy to prepare. I've got a bunch of oatmeal. I got the freeze-dried variety too. And and rolled oats, you can make bread from it. But I like oatmeal. The idea is to eat lots of oatmeal. It's good for you. Promotes regularity. Hot chocolate oatmeal. I get traditional oatmeal. I also get traditional cream of wheat. It's inexpensive. I get number 10 cans. They're not that expensive. They're under $10. The number 10 cans of cream of wheat under $10, about $8 a can. I've got several cans of that. I got a bunch of oatmeal. Peanut butter has a long shelf life if you just don't keep it in the heat. From NASA, the Department of Civil Defense, Department of Agriculture, to feed a family of 4 for 2 years. That comes from NASA. Also provide with a garden, raising chickens and rabbits. Chickens, you get eggs, you get meat. Rabbits, you get meat. It is what it is. So, for those of you interested in the 500th live stream giveaway, I did the math on who qualifies. I will put that out when I put the video together. I'm going to do a video of it and the drawing. It will be this week sometimes when I got time. But I did go back through the 5 live streams and went through my notes to see who had basically been involved with all 5. And there was a handful of people that made all 5. And they would be the ones that will be in the hat when I do the drawing. And I'll do it the same way I normally would do one of my every 100 subscriber giveaways. And like I said, this item here is something I'd ordered. It's going to go in it. It'll have a couple of the stoves, one that burns tabs, one that burns sterno or camped heat. I'll put in, these are things that you need to have for camping and for emergencies. A good manual can opener will go in it. Good sized pack of matches, copy of the Constitution, selection of my sauces that I like. It'll have some good stuff in. I'll fill the box I use. It'll be full, and I'll hopefully get it together. Yeah, chocolate oatmeal. I'm not feeling chocolate oatmeal. You can get powdered peanut butter, freeze dried. You have to reconstitute it with water. Everything freeze dried you reconstitute with water. You can reconstitute peanut butter, butter, different stuff. I have a selection of all that, freeze dried, number 10 cans, and in pails. Certain things like rice, oats, or oatmeal, for oatmeal oats. Those are in pails. Yeah, they're good sauces. I'm even going to be putting a Cholula in there. My green sauce. I love the Cholula and I love the Tabasco green sauce, the green pepper. They're right there, sort of like on the fence with me. The Chipotle will have the original. I'll have several sauces in there. Thank you, CR. Appreciate you coming by. My next live stream, CR, will be Friday. I won't be doing one this week while I'm working. Friday will be the next live stream. And I'll post about it. When I do it, I'll post it. So what did y'all think about the topics for today? Peanut butter and chocolate oatmeal's yummy. Just add a hot chocolate packet and a teaspoon of peanut butter, maybe a little butter. Yeah, you can come with all sorts of combos. Like I like to put honey in stuff. Honey is a very good sweetener. Honey. Also, I use stevia, the green stuff, Splenda and stevia. The green stuff's not supposed to cause cancer. You don't want to use the pink stuff. That stuff is bad. I think they call it saccharin. You don't want to use saccharin. Not good. Part-time planting. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? How are things on your side of the world? So, as I had said earlier, and I've thought about it, I have thought I'm going to start, uh, and I'm still going to be sending people traditionally the way I send people stuff. But I think I'm going to, some of the stuff I'm going to send out, I'm going to order from Amazon and use my Prime for free delivery. Delivery is getting so expensive. The last box I sent, which I sent to Stephanie, it's probably been about a month ago. That box that I sent her, if you'd like to look at, I did a video on it, and she did, I think, an unboxing video. 30, a little over $30 to send that box to near Boise, Idaho. Uh, about a week before that, I sent a box to Uncle Al, and I sent a box to Dave Yoda, Blessed Life. I sent both of them boxes the same day. I had two of them prepped up, and I sent them. One went to Georgia, and the other one went to California. And those boxes were a little over $20 a piece. And it was basically the same stuff, the same box that I sent to Idaho a week later. Another price went up. So it's very expensive for me to send out what I send out. So I'm thinking just people that I want to send stuff to, I think I'm just going to order some stuff on Amazon that I feel like prepping stuff that I can send you. And I'm just going to have it delivered to your home. And that way I don't have to repackage it, and I don't have to pay for the shipping. .22 long rifle is a reasonable small caliber, and trust me, you hit them in the right spot a couple of times, you'll take care of the problem. It's also the cheapest caliber that you can use for target practice, and it's readily available. You can acquire it, and there are tons of rifles in bolt and semi-automatic that you can purchase. The Ruger 1022 22 long rifle, most popular 22 there is right now, and a lot of people have them. I've got multiple 10 round magazines. Usually come with one, and I bought several extras. And some people get those banana clips, banana bags. Not, but Ruger 1022, you can use it open sight, or you can use it with a telescopic. Put a scope on it, and I put scopes on all my small, like 17 HMR, 22 Magnum, 22 long rifle. I have several in those calibers, and they've all got scopes on them. And you can also get pistols in those calibers. So you can have a rifle and you can have a pistol. They make a semi-automatic for 17 HMR, 22 Magnum, and 22 long rifle. And I think 22 Magnum would be if you need to have a survival weapon, so you can carry a large quantity of ammunition. The 22 Magnum, or what you call WMR, it's a good round. You're talking about 2,000 feet per second. Um, have yourself a revolver with a 3-inch or a 4-inch barrel, and you can have a rifle. A good combination. Yeah, zip guns. That's true. Yeah, 17 HMR is a good. Yeah. Yeah, I like to keep at least 1,000 rounds for any caliber I have. So, and I haven't bought any in years, but I've got a ton of 17 HMR, 22 Magnum, 22 long rifle. I got a ton of it, all three. Same thing with 12 gauge and 20 gauge and double lock buck, 12 gauge double lock buck, 20 gauge triple lock buck. Good for. Uncle Al doesn't like the idea for home, for home defense, but it's a good. I certainly, if I was going to be coming at somebody, I'd want to come at them with a shotgun as opposed to a pistol. Remington, the 17 HMR and the 22 Magnum in Remington, the Model 93, will take the same magazine. You can interchange both of those calibers, those rifles. Model 93 um, will either 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 round you can use the same magazine. Good stuff. Good stuff. Uh, please leave a like to support the channel if you have not done so. It'll be greatly appreciated. And thanks for stopping by, Uncle Al. I appreciate you. I will. Savages, yes, Savage. I will plan on doing my next live stream this coming Friday. Got to get my video out for my 500th, do my drawing for my 500th. I know who's going to be in the drawing. I don't know who's won yet because I haven't done that, and I've got to film it because I want to do a video of it. I haven't done a video recently. I'm working on it. I will work on it, and I am working on it. Just, I'm being slow. My wife has 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow. And please be in prayer for her. I appreciate everybody. When I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day. I take my medication, drink coffee, get cleaned up, take my shower, get cleaned up, put on clean clothes. I'm out the door and I'm at work before 7 o'clock in the morning. And, you take care of business. Every day you wake up's a blessing, especially when you get to a certain age. When you don't wake up, you won't know it. Next thing you know is Judgment Day. But I appreciate you guys, and I hope you get some benefit from my topics. Uncle Al helps me with a lot of them, and I appreciate him for what he does. I appreciate all of you coming in. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the comments. And I will be sending out some goodies. I've just been, been down lately. I just sort of force myself sometimes because I've been, I'm crying right now. not literally, but I'm just, whining. Just worry about my wife and worry about things that are going on and everything, just to get a little depressed. But it was a good live stream. I appreciate everybody, and hopefully we'll get together again soon. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. And don't forget the Scout motto, the Prepper motto, and this is Preparedness Month. Be prepared. Bye-bye.